Hey, what's going on, guys? Tyler here, and today I'm going to be sharing my screen with you and showing you exactly how I use the tools that I use and my thought process as I am determining whether I want to buy a product for my wholesale FBA business or not. All of the products that I'm going to be going over are in the Ecom Solutions database. For those of you that are unaware or haven't been watching my channel recently, Ecom Solutions is the platform slash software that I use to find all of these products that I am selling on my store. They're an all-in-one wholesale FBA program where you sign up, you have access to a database of items that come from suppliers that they've already created a relationship with. They receive the inventory, they do all the prep work, and then they create those inbound shippings into your Amazon store from their warehouse, so you never actually have to touch the product. So let's go ahead and look at a few products that I've already selected and go through and determine whether or not I think these are good buys for my store and why or why not I feel that way. So the first product we have that we want to look at is these Pop Chips Sour Cream and Onion Potato. As you can see, it's a variation listing, so we're going to have to check and see the reviews and see where the reviews are coming from. You don't want to buy something based on this sales rank here if that particular variation just doesn't have any reviews. It likely means, or it does mean, that it's probably not getting any sales. So we're going to be paying $11.65 for this. So let's go ahead and put this into Revseller. And as you can see, we're making $4.69. Revseller actually breaks down what, everything is right here. So the fulfillment fee is going to be $8.53, referral fee $4.50, and then your buy cost, which leaves you with a net of $4.69. Now we need to determine whether or not this variation actually sells, and also what the prices look like in the past, so we can determine if maybe it's just profitable right now at this moment in time, or if it's something that is a viable option for us to put in our store and make money on. So now we're down, we scrolled down, we're looking at Keepa, and we're just kind of seeing the price history over time here. So it looks like, worst case scenario, $25.99, it stayed for a while, $27.99. This dip right here, I wouldn't even worry about this. This is probably just someone who was trying to sell out. And also, it's fulfilled by merchant. All of these look to be FBM. And we can determine by looking at this that there are no FBA sellers currently. We're not going to have any competition on the FBA side. So we need to go down. We just need to see the buy box share and Keepa. The New Mall, Universal Wholesale, and Nevada have been getting the buy box. Most of the time, 59% of the time, it happens to be Universal Wholesale. And the reason it says stock one is because he's put a limit on how many you can buy per order, so you can only buy one. So it's hard for us to see, how many he has. But he's fulfillment by merch anyway, so it's not like it matters to us because he can just replenish his inventory anytime it goes low without having to send it into Amazon. Now we just need to go here and see if there's been any which variations have been getting the reviews. So for this, we're using Helium 10 Review Insights. I'm just going to look back at basically the past 2 years, see which variations are actually getting ratings. The last rating here was March 12th, 2021. I believe that this is the same ASIN DK1. Yes, it is. Let's see how many total sales this gets. So we're looking here, it only gets about 77 sales a month for the entire ASIN. So I will say, because 13% of the reviews did come from this one ASIN here, and there's 77, I would say probably at least 5 sell a month. Even though there hasn't been a review since March of 2021, there also hasn't been an FBA seller anytime recently as well. We also need to see if it makes sense to sell the pack of 5 ounce. So we can see 1.18 per ounce. The pack of 12, 88 cents per ounce. But I mean, obviously, that's a big difference. They're getting basically 2.5 times more, so they're buying in bulk. I want to see what one of these other. All right, so this crazy hot 3.5 ounce pack of 6 is $1.38. This is $1.48. And ours was $1.18. it's not too far off. Like it seems reasonable. Sometimes you get these variations where it's like absurdly high per unit or per ounce or whatever more than the other variations, and those are going to be obvious that they're not going to sell. So here we have $4.69 of profit to work with. I actually think this is a fine buy. When determining how many to buy, I would probably want to look at how many come in a case. All right, so a case quantity is 3. So basically, you would either have to order 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. So I personally think that I would just do an order of 6 to start. And I know it seems kind of weird to just buy 6 units of something and ship it in, but it'd be more of like a test for me to determine whether or not when I replenish what I want to buy, especially being the only FBA seller on this particular listing. I think maybe you could help boost the sales rank a little bit. So I'm fine with just buying 6 of them and seeing where it goes. Now we're gonna look at this Ghirardelli double chocolate premium hot cocoa. Obviously, this is going to be a very seasonal item, and I'm sure if we go down to Keepa, we can see that it definitely looks like it's ranking higher during the summer. I don't know what kind of psychopaths buy hot chocolate during the summer, but it definitely is ranking better now than once the summer months come. It's fine if it's a seasonal product. Just don't go too deep on the last replenishment. Kind of time it to where maybe you see a drop off in sales. Let's look and see. Well, the price right now is $24.24. It looks like it was 2018. So we just want to do like a worst case scenario. The last recent price that was lower than what it is now looks like it was $22 to $23 for a little bit. So let's just put in $22.50 here, then determine whether or not this is a profitable product for us to sell. So you can see here that it's $11.40. So our worst case scenario, we're still going to be profiting. We're still going to be profiting $1.87, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a 16% ROI. I'm fine with as long as it sells decently. This one is not a variation, so let's go ahead and just look at the Helium 10 and see what the estimate is for number of sales for this product rank. 189. There's only 4 active sellers. They're all FBA. So we can go here and see this person has 4, this person has 16, 6, 15. So no one's going too deep on the product here. So for me, this seems like a pretty decent one competition wise. And all of them right now are over that 24.54. So this is like my worst case scenario if that other seller comes back, and we can look at the buy box too and see. But as it stands right now, it's a 31% ROI. That's pretty solid. Going to go to the buy box statistics. The buy box rotates very nicely. The people that were price tanking, they had a very low buy box percentage. So that's good. This guy 23.42. Let's go look at what the last 90 days looks like for the buy box. So 22.88, which is kind of what we said for our worst case scenario. So I'm fine with this one. There's 4 other sellers. It sells 180 times a month, I believe it said. I personally think I can get in there and compete at this 24.50. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to buy some of these for my store. Even though I think that I could get away with, buying probably closer to 50 of these, I'm going to do a test order. Case quantities too, so it needs to be an even number. I'm going to go with 16. For our third listing, we have these Trolley Sour Bright eggs. 12 packs, 4 ounce, not a variation. Graph is very iffy because if you look at the last 3 months, it's gone from $23 to $35. It stayed at $35 for about just the past week, it looks like. Not a very good sign. Let's just see what the price would be for, or what the net would be off of this price. So $16.50 is our cost. There are 2 FBA sellers. Let's look at the past year. And then buy box statistics. So Amazon not being on the listing at all, that's a good sign. So the last 90 days. There's been a lot of sellers. I wonder where they all go. Buy box average last 90 days is 28.69. So let's just put 28.69 and there's our worst case scenario. We still make $1.28. So worst case scenario, say we have to sell these out, be really competitive with everyone else. That, you know, if someone comes in, tanks the listing for a while and we just want out. Worst case scenario, we're going to break even to making $1.30. Best case scenario for the past little bit, past week, and this is the highest price this thing's ever been, so that's kind of scary. But like I said, worst case scenario, I think past 90 days it says $28.69. Best case scenario, we make $6.63. I will say I don't want to go too deep on this product because of this back here. I mean, imagine getting on and coming in and having to be competitive with someone selling it at 27 or even less than that. It looked like actually 25. So we'll say like $25. We lose $1.86, which wouldn't be that bad, you know, if we buy like 15 to 20 units of this thing. The sales rank is 50K in the grocery and gourmet. 127 estimate sales. There's only 2 FBA offers. So in my opinion, you know, I think we could buy up to 30 of these, but we just want to kind of do a test order. Here's a case. Case is 12. Okay, we just want to buy 12 because we just want to buy 1 case just as a test. That's fine with me. Like I said, as long as I put the worst case scenario is making $1.30. This is the absolute worst case scenario where if someone comes in and just tanks the price, then yeah, that's a problem. But as of right now, I don't see this really happening again. I mean, the past month has kind of just been what we said was the worst case. And then the past week has been really good. So I'm fine with it. Like I said, there's only 2 FBA sellers and they've got a stock of 2 and 19. Our last one is this Victorinox boning curved semi-stiff blade, and it is 44.01 currently. Let's look down here. This price fluctuates a lot. Last 90 days, buy box 33.76. Buy it for $17. All right, we're still making a pretty nice profit there, 38%. And this is 35K in tools and home improvement. It is a variation though, so we do have to keep that into consideration. We need to look and see which ones are actually getting the reviews. Let's look at their reviews for the past 2 years. Looks like the red one's getting all of the reviews, which is cool. It's absolutely making a killing right now from that. See how many times it sells. I missed that when I did the X-ray originally. All right, so 254. This is a good one to do a test order on. But this is not good because Amazon's on the listing. So it looks like, let's just say 34. So $6.70. How often does Amazon get the buy box? That's weird. So I guess they're not as big of a problem as I thought. Average buy box last 90 days, 33.76. So yeah, we had that in there, and it was $6.50 profit. So yeah, this looks like a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and put in an order for this one. This is another one I think we could buy 30 on the initial buy, but once it gets in the warehouse and you know, I see that it's actually selling, then I'll put in a bigger order. So yeah, that's how I do all of my product research. And luckily for us, all 3 of those or 4 of those items that we just looked at, I kind of like randomly pulled those out of the database. I didn't even really look at them in depth before I did this video. I just did some filters on the Ecom Solutions Seats database, and just randomly picked those products as ones that were in the filters I chose. And all 4 of them ended up being good buys. I could have gone deeper, like I said, on my initial buy, but I think it's fine just to start off slow, have a ton of ASINs, and then go deep, buy a lot of inventory for the ASINs that actually work out well for you. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like my content and you're learning a lot, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button. And also, please like this video. It really helps me out if you do before you go. Thanks for watching.